Hey guys, it's Mrs. Payton. Obviously, I'm not here today. You are watching this video because these are going to be your instructions for class today. I expect my class to be quiet because a lot of what you're doing today requires you to work individually. I want to come back on Friday and you guys have done what I've asked you to do. But first thing, you should have walked past my stool and the white tray, the homework tray, should have been sitting there. Your lesson 21 spelling should have been put in that tray. If I come back, I will be back this afternoon. I'm not going to be gone the whole day. And if I see that you did not turn in your spelling homework, expect assignment completion on Friday. Moving on, the DOL and the journal entry are going to be put on Google Classroom. I want you to submit the corrected sentence with your journal entry on the Word doc. And what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and write the sentence that needs corrected in your journal and correct it, but I want the corrected sentence typed underneath your journal entry. You can put DOL and then you can write the corrected sentence. Then I want you to take your highlighter and I want you to highlight on your Google Doc what you fixed. And then I need you to turn that in. Do not share it, but please actually turn it in. After you're done with that, around 8:35, if the sub has not passed your Scope magazines, I want you to remind her. Also, make sure you have headphones. Remember, there are headphones behind my desk, but I also expect you to roll them back up before the end of class and put them back in the plastic bags and in the basket. I don't want to come back after I get back from a doctor's appointment with my son and find headphones all over my classroom. So make sure those are put away. You are going to get a Scope magazine. Please remind her if she has not passed them out. You are also going to get out of the basket, you're going to get your packets that I had passed out and had you put your name on. I want you to read the article. In your Scope magazine, it's going to be Is Technology Killing Our Friendships? And this is what it's going to look like. It's on page 17. The front of the Scope magazine looks like this because there's another set in my classroom and I don't want you to get them confused. But you'll go to page 17 and that's just like the first page. It really doesn't have any reading on it. Reading doesn't start till page 18. I want you to read this individually. It's page 18 and page 19. Please do not write in this magazine. Do not fold it up or squish it up or roll it into anything because these are Mrs. Harmon's and we share them. So I do not want them ruined when I get them back to her. You will individually read the article. Hopefully you have headphones on now while you're listening to me talk, but you'll individually read the article. After you read the article, I need you to start on the packet. The first thing that you'll do is in section 1 is you'll make a decision that yes, you agree that technology is killing our friendships, or no, you don't agree. So you're going to check mark which one, and then you're going to move on to step 2. And it's asking you, depending on what you decided on, it wants you to find things that support that opinion. So it wants you to write those down. It needs to be detailed reasons that actually support whether yes, you agree or no, you disagree. Then you're going to go on to step 3. And in step 3, it actually says, if you think technology is killing our friendships, summarize the strongest arguments of those who disagree with you. Alternatively, if you think technology is bringing us close together, summarize the main reasons that you think our friendships are suffering because of technology. So if you get that done, and these need to be very detailed. You need to have strong reasons. After you get that done, there is a step 4 on the next page. It says craft your thesis. We talked about thesis. We watched some videos about thesis. I hope that you understand your thesis is a sentence that's going to be in your introductory paragraph. It's going to be something that can be argued. It's also something that is not, you got your little graphic organizers, it's not a title. You can't have it too wordy. You can go back to those. But the thesis is where you're going to tell the readers what your essay is going to be about, basically. But it has to be something that can be debated. The thesis should be a clear, strong statement of your opinion that you gave in step 1. The rest of your essay will support the thesis. So make sure that you have a good, strong thesis. Make sure it can be debated. So then you're going to write your thesis down. If you get that far, you can go ahead and go on to step 5. It says write your hook. A hook is something that you may have already learned this before. I haven't talked about it yet because I was actually going to talk about it when we got to this paper. Not sure if you'll get this far, but if you get to the hook, it's going to be something you're going to say that's going to bring your readers in. They're going to become interested in what you have to say. So it says the very beginning of your essay is called the hook because it hooks your reader's attention. The hook should relate to the topic of your essay, but it can take in many forms. It can be an anecdote, which is a very short story. It can be a fact. It can be a quote. It can be a rhetorical question, which is a question that you don't really expect an answer. It's just a question for someone to think about. Choose one of the ideas below, or use your own idea, and write a hook on the lines provided. It needs to be 1 to 3 sentences. So it gives you a 1, 2, and 3. It gives you an anecdote, which is describe your relationship with technology. How often do you go online? What kind of technology do you use the most often and why? 2, surprising fact. Find a fact that will raise your reader's eyebrows. Several surprising facts are included in the article. You can also do some research to find out one that is not included in the article. So you can do a little Google research, finding facts about is technology killing our friendships. You can do a rhetorical question. Ask your readers a question that reflects your viewpoint, your point of view about how technology affects friendships. One way you could structure your question is like this: does texting really replace, and then whatever you want to say after that. So get creative with your hook. Make sure it's going to catch readers' attention because it's going to be the first thing that they see when they begin that introductory paragraph. So if you have something really good, it's going to suck a reader in and they're going to want to read what you have to say. Not sure if you'll get to step 6. It says summarize the issue. Let readers know a little bit about the issue that you're writing about. This is not your point of view. It's a very brief summary of the issue. In this case, the people disagree over whether technology is killing our friendships. Your summary of the issue needs to be written there. Remember, it is not your opinion. You're just stating the issue. What is the problem? That's it. It's not whether you agree with it or disagree with it. It is only what is the problem. So I'm going to stop right there. I really don't want you to go any further. If you have went that far, I would like for you to work on Achieve. If you have Achieve done and the vocabulary sheet that goes with it, I would like you to go on Quizlet and practice your new spelling words, because that definitely wouldn't hurt. They're new to you. You haven't been exposed to them very much. So definitely work on Quizlet. And then remember, before you leave, you need to make sure that the magazines are collected, put them back on my table, make sure that the packets are put back in the trays, and then make sure that my room is cleaned up, Headphones are put away, DAC techs are plugged in. I will be coming back after you guys are gone, and I will know immediately if you've done the things that I've asked you to do. So please make sure that you follow my instructions. If the Qs want to be in charge of making sure those things happen, I would greatly appreciate that you could take charge and get those things done for me. If you need your notes for your thesis, remember those are in your interactive student notebooks. Just make sure that they get put back away. And I will see you guys on Friday.